What's good? Welcome to First Screen Podcast presented by BetRivers. Do not forget to like and subscribe to the First Screen Podcast. Give us a good thumbs up Don't forget to hit the bell for new content just like this. On today's episode of First Screen Podcast, we have the one and only Travis Thomas from NESN, who is here to help us place bets and cash checks. A lot of things happened in the NBA. Ron Rivera opened his mouth and said some words about one Chase Young, Sam Howell, along with a host of other things. So y'all know we got a lot to cover. We got a lot to get y'all ready for. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Ready for your beats? All right, talk to the person.
Welcome back to First Screen Podcast presented by BetRivers. Make sure you guys download the BetRivers app or go to www.betrivers.com. You must be 21 years or older to play. As I said earlier, please don't forget to like and subscribe to First Screen Podcast. We are four subscribers away from 500. So make sure you guys tell a friend about First Screen Podcast. Y'all know what time it is. It's time to get the squad in here. So listen, everybody has a position to play, okay? And I thought I was the captain of the ship, but this dude told me back-to-back makes me the captain. Well, let's bring in El Capitan. My man said, what's up, bro? How are you? Oh, okay.
My bad.
Oh, right.
We still celebrating.
You still celebrating. I got you. Right. Okay.
Hey, all the way to the draft.
All the way to the draft. All right, I got you. Are you ready to place bets, cash checks on the most popular sport to get betted?
For sure.
All right. Well, let's bring in Lady A so she can make this place beautiful just a tad bit for us, okay? Hello, Lady A. How are you?
Hello. And you done got said started.
Well, hey.
Oh, my goodness. Already.
The vibe is going to be hyped today. So listen, there's a couple of things I forgot to tell y'all. One is when we play the intro, you need to turn the bass down because as Ant warned y'all, we're going to knock your woofers and tweeters right on out. Let's get him in here right now. Ant, how are you, sir?
He come with a schmedium. He know better.
What he got on the set?
Hey, first of all, Sid,
He
I
said
didn't land
medium.
on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. You gotta use your mind, young brother.
What?
And this is a large, sir.
That is not a large.
This is on everything. This is a
What's
large.
large
It
at
just
Baby
has
Gap?
That's a baby gap large.
Look at
Whatever.
Hey,
Hey,
Whatever. Dog.
oh, now he flexing
you need to
too.
get a bigger shirt
Oh, here we
before
go.
you pass out.
Hey, I'm just trying to up the lady viewership, man.
Do your part. Do your part, young man. Do your part. All right. Now, listen. The reason why the vibe is the way it is today is because we have NESN Travis Thomas here to help us get set for the Super Bowl. All right. Let's bring in Travis right now and find out what he's been up to. How are you, sir?
Okay. First of all, that ain't a schmedium. My man is swole. Secondly,
Thank you, Trav. Thank you, Trav.
Trav, he don't need that, Trav. Trav, don't give him that. Don't give
Thank
him
you.
that.
No, I did, bro. They was trying to turn me down.
said I'm coming to you. Secondly, congratulations on your dogs. I cashed a check on that one, so thank you.
There we go.
Pick You said Lady A beautifies the show just a little bit. You a damn lie. She beautifies it a lot because
Yes,
she
she
is
do,
beautiful
Travis.
inside and
Oh.
out, and the rest of y'all just have good personalities. If you
That's
know
what
what I'm
it is.
saying.
Hey,
And
hey, they
Travis,
say we
hey,
got nice
brother.
shoes. They say we got
Right.
nice shoes, Travis.
Thank you.
But hold up, Pick. Hold up, Pick. I'm not
Oh,
letting
man.
you off the hook. I'm not gonna take any shots at you. I'm just gonna say, whoever did the beat on that intro was sliding on that thing. They did that thing right there.
Hey,
Pick.
our guy Dre Royal Beats, my man. I said, give me something that is memorable. And he said he almost deleted it, but his son said he liked it and he slid it to me. Listen, the first time I heard it, me and Sam was in the car. We was like this.
Yeah, he did that, bro.
Yeah, he did. He did that real good. So let's say what's up to everybody in the chat. So you may know a couple of these people, maybe not all of them, but at least a couple. All right. So first we got Go Caps in the building. Go Caps in the building. What's up? Go Caps said, yo. The next is my guy Droop. First off, Droop has a birthday coming up this weekend. So everybody make sure y'all wish Droop a happy birthday here.
Happy birthday.
And
Birthday, Drew.
Travis, tell me if you've heard this right here before. Mr. Don.
You know what? I got to give Don some props. I was talking about him on air up here in Boston, and I said one of the bets I like in this game is Nick Bolton over in his tackles in the game. And I said, my guy Dump Truck Don called my radio show when this kid was still in college at Mizzou and told me he was an absolute dog. And here he is in the NFL making things happen. So I love you, Dump Truck Don, no matter where I'm at on the globe, baby. I'm always show you love, bro.
Somebody watched the last show because I could have swore I threw that name out last show.
Oh, you did. You did. Yeah, you did.
Boy, I tell you, I get paid for this.
Hey, Corey said, Trav working the room like a true champ.
Indeed.
There we go. Right, Sanchez is in the building. Hey, Sanchez, man, can you join us on Saturday for Saturday's show, please? Hit us in the chat. Let us know, Sanchez. Yeah, I need your availability on Saturday. All right. And Don, I heard that, Trav. Yeah. Ooh. Is that are you lotioning up? Are you moisturizing right now?
Oh my goodness.
Are you really moisturizing
Really? Right now?
Really?
He really trying to
really? Right now?
Got that kind of show.
Is that what we're doing?
That's cool. This is a family
What
show.
we doing?
Doing this, man.
Hey,
Hey,
man,
Pick.
I'm just trying to make sure, you know.
Hey, Pick. I'm qualified to say this. He acting real light skinned right now.
Hey, hold on, Trav. Hey, Trav, what you said? What you said?
He got this squint.
You acting real light skinned, dog. You acting real light skinned.
Trav, you
I know this behavior.
Oh my goodness. I'm not studying neither one of y'all right now.
man.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Sanchez said, have your people call my people. Listen, if my people call your people, they gonna break some legs. So Sanchez, that's how my people are.
But wait, why was I gonna say you need me to call them? But then you said the breaking leg part. I was like, no, I'm not.
Not anymore. Not anymore, Corey.
My fans are asking. All right,
not anymore. Just a future sponsor.
Okay.
We need to give
like the way you
say. I'm trying to bring some bread in, man. What you talking about?
I like the way you think.
That.
Pick, we need to bring some, we need to shout out Kyle. Go Cap said that Kyle was first.
I got it. Kyle was first in the building right here. YouTube deleted his. Said Kyle was first.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle was first. YouTube
hey,
deleted his comment. Right. As always, I don't know why they keep deleting his.
Yeah.
Well, Corey,
naturally,
that's what happens when you take showers. Maybe that's not a problem for you.
Oh, come on. Hey, listen, let's get back.
He
program. I'm going to freeze myself.
Now you know Corey gonna be on here on Saturday.
Right? All right, let's.
Now y'all gonna go back and forth all day.
We always do.
Let's bring the show back. So there's this phenomenon happening on Sunday, right? It's family programming. You know, I heard there's going to be a great halftime show. But first off, let's get to the real things, okay? Travis, we invited you here so we can get pockets tight and right. All right.
Yeah.
First off, let's talk prop bets. Let's get right into it. Let's talk prop bets. What kind of prop bets do you guys like? I mean, we got the coin toss, the Gatorade, how long the national anthem is. We got how many times Rihanna's going to change clothes. We got all of that, right? Who's going to be a surprise act? Travis, where's your head at when it comes to these prop bets?
Well, you know, I've been doing this a long time, Pick, as you know, back when it was illegal and not cool. I have never really been on the novelty props of how long is the anthem going to be? What's the coin toss, heads or tails? What color Gatorade? I understand it. I respect it. It's fun to bet those things. But I ain't about fun, baby. I'm about getting this money. So,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
As you can see, Pick, I brought another laptop into the situation because I know that your show is sponsored by BetRivers.
BetRivers,
so
that's right.
I set up a little BetRivers account here because Massachusetts last week, we are legal now, baby.
That's right. Let's go.
Saying throwing stuff.
So,
Hey, BetRivers.
Hold on,
Y'all see what's going on here?
Travis,
You know,
did you use
Your clientele, baby.
the promo code 250 when they match your bets? Once you deposit your first 250 in there?
I'm glad you asked that, Pick, because I wouldn't have set this account up without it. In fact, you shouldn't leave home without it, just like a credit card. Now, here are the prop bets that I'm on, okay? As I said, I'm not for all the funsies. I'm on the game prop bets. I'm going to just read them off to you quickly, and I'm sure we'll break them down all show anyway. I'm on no for any team to score 30-plus points at plus 115. I'm on the first score of the game to be a field goal at plus 170. We'll get the sides and totals later. I'm on Marquez, Valdez, Scantling, anytime touchdown.
Yes.
Plus 250.
Yes.
I'm on Jalen Hurts to throw an interception. Plus 110. Do you see a theme here with the plus money Pick?
Yeah.
I'm all about the plus money, baby. Come on, BetRivers, come through for me.
Yes. So, before I start hogging this and we get deep into the woods, of course, we're gonna put a pause on the fun real fast. All right. We're gonna put a pause on fast. Since Travis brought it out, let's get a word from our sponsors. Now we'd like to take time and send a shout out to our sponsors, BetRivers. Make sure you download that BetRivers app or go to www.betrivers.com. Like I said, you must be 21 years or older to play. And if you play like me, you know I love to play straight bets. NBA, NFL, it doesn't matter. I'm going to get you with the straight bets. And what's up, man?
Now, like this guy just said, he wants to be straight leg Sam, but I'm better known as Parlay Pete. So I go 2, 3, or 4 leg parlays as long as it ain't the stanky leg. Sid, what you got?
Okay, you know, shout out BetRivers because how we do it. I got future bets. Future bets with them mean next year. Who you got? You know, Georgia going for a 3-peat. Want to put your money down on Georgia now? Get those good odds now. Want to Heisman? Hey, put your money down on Carson Beck. You never know. It could be next Heisman. You know, same thing with NFL. You get another team, put on that team. NBA, same thing. You know, future bets is what I do. I like to put my money out there early, let it sit, let it marinate, because you never know what's going to come back at the end. Lady A, what you got?
Well, I like the over-under. I also like those player props. So whoever your favorite QB is, that running back, bet on them.
Bet on them. And that's what we got. Holler at our guys at BetRivers. And in the comments, somebody saying you looking like a real glazed up big body Cinnabon. I wonder who said that. I wonder.
Hey, thank you so much, Miss Coco. That's a compliment coming from a lady of your stature.
Thank you.
I appreciate that comment that you just did for me there.
Oh, she promoting.
Oh,
she knows what you're trying to do.
Hey, listen. Listen, I told y'all the show's gonna be high impact, high energy. All right. What do you have for first half? Over under 0 points, Trav.
Well, I actually went under for the game, period. Screw the first half. One thing that I will say, though, if you're going to play the half, we've seen the total go up. Depending where you shop. Now I'm going to use a lot of books here, Pick, because, I love BetRivers, but every book has different numbers.
Numbers. There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
So depending where you shop, I mean, I saw this game open up at most places at 49.5. It was bet up immediately to 50. Now we're up to 51. We saw that key number come in this week. I'm anticipating another hook. I think by game time, we could get up to 51.5. I don't think it's going to go any higher than that. But, the money's pouring in on the over, at least early on. That's why that number went up like that. So what happened there, when your total goes up, what do you think happens to the
People
first
play
half?
the under. Oh, yeah.
Well, in terms of the half, the first half went up as well.
Up. Yep.
Right. So right now, you could grab it at 24.5. That hook could be your friend there, right? Because, that's a key number. If it landed on 23.5 and you get 24 points in the first half, you're burned, right?
Yep.
But, with that half a point, I don't know if it's 24-0 at halftime. Who cares? You're going to cash that bet with that hook. So if you like the first half under or over, that hook, I think, plays a big difference. But for me, I just went with the total of the game. Ced's college football team burned me on the Natty because I knew they would blow out TCU. So laying the points, I cashed that. But I went under in that game because usually in big games, sphincters are a little tight, the lights are bright, it's intense, and the under comes home. But Georgia decided to go over by them damn selves on that total. But in general, I usually cash unders in big games like this, especially think about the Eagles. I mean, Nick Foles won that Super Bowl. Doug Peterson was that head coach. This isn't there are some players that were in that Super Bowl, but this is a different Eagles team. Mm-hmm. This is all new territory for them, right? And Mahomes, everyone talks about the high-flying offense. I get it. But that Chiefs defense has been playing really well in the playoffs. I think this is going to be a lower scoring game than people think.
Mm-hmm. Translation, guys, he was talking about a butthole.
Sphincters.
Yeah. Keep going.
Like
okay.
That's a visual right there.
Say it. What you got? Say it. What you got? Say
it's tight.
Yeah. I've had about 3 or 4 people ask me over the last couple of days which way I was leaning in this game, and I tell you, every time I turn around, every time I think I'm going one way, I find some numbers that lead me back the other way. I still have not made up my mind which squad I would like both to win, but obviously we can't have that. I haven't said which squad I'm leaning toward. I really cannot. I picked both of these teams to make it to the Super Bowl. They both made it. I've been talking up the Philadelphia Eagles all year. One, they got to enjoy the Bulldogs. Yeah, we already know that. Those, at least 2 of them, we know are ready for the big game because they've been there before. Boom, we can say it right there. But Mahomes has been there as well.
Yeah.
I mean, a hurt Mahomes has turned out to be very, very dangerous. If the offensive line works. If the offensive line works, he has become a dangerous man standing in that pocket, slaying that rock.
Yeah.
You still
That's
don't
all
know
I can
which way
say. I still have not made up my mind. I have still not made up my mind.
Figure that out by Saturday.
Now, I as well think the numbers may be lower because, like Travis said, Kansas City defense played very, very well coming down the stretch. They picked it up well. Yeah. And we've seen Philadelphia defense play well throughout the year.
Yeah.
Even the games that they lost were blowouts. So, it's I still haven't made my mind. I'm not gonna say I haven't made my mind one way or the other. I mean, it's one of those things.
I'm right there with you, Sid, honestly. I was sitting here thinking about it the other day. Who's gonna be hurt? Who's gonna be 100% for real?
Oh, speaking of which, there's one person that didn't practice today for Kansas City.
There you go.
Kadarius Toney.
Oh no.
Say so shady.
I'm saying it because they're willing to not let him play to utilize his skills on the field. he's shown in the last game he has the ability to make people miss in small spaces.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched it. He got the ability to make people miss in small spaces. You can't discount that.
Right.
All right. And
Man, I don't know. I think this might be a high-scoring game. I think that the over might not be a bad pick. I think that the way the defense showed up, to Said's point, they did show up, but I think it could possibly be an aberration. I think also taking into consideration, like we talked about last show, how they kind of picked up for the slack of Mahomes. That's something like that. I think it can be kind of situational. I honestly am leaning Philly. I think Philly's been the best team all year. And I think that's where the fandom has to go out the window and we become professionals. And I'm like, you got to get them their flowers. You know, from top to bottom, the moves they've been making too. I mean, that's man, they just good, man. I can't even hate. I can't even say I hate to say that, but because I'm a guy who'll watch two teams I don't root for and just be mad because the execution ain't there. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the two and the stat that who was that posted that stat earlier said about points, win record, all of that. I think it kind of shows. I think that it kind of shows too that the better teams are gonna win out. As much as there's parity in the league,
right?
The better team is gonna win a majority of the time too. Trav, I'm sorry, you about to say something?
No, I just want you to know the market agrees with you. As we've watched the line, so now all I do is watch this stuff like stocks, man. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And every day I'm watching it, and the market agrees with literally everything you just said. You know, the total is high for a reason, right? So obviously, and I told you it opened lower than what it's been bet up to. So the money has been pouring in on the over. So everyone, you know, at least in terms of tickets, everyone agrees with you. And let's think about this too. The Eagles opened as favorites in this game, and the line has not moved much. It got up to 2 briefly at a couple shops, but for the most part, it's been at 1.5 Eagles favored. So everything market-wise agrees with you, but I will caution you this: the sharps, the guys in Vegas with the duffel bags that put all the money in, right, and move these lines. We're seeing a ton of money come in on the Chiefs, and we're seeing a ton of money come in on the under. But the tickets, you know, the people going in betting this game, overwhelmingly, it's a high-scoring game, and it's the Eagles. So the market agrees with you, man. That's all I wanted to say.
I got a question, too.
Let me say this real quick. Whoever matches Mac bet on, I'm betting against him. But go ahead.
No, but Houston won. He won with Houston. So
that was a couple of years ago.
No, that wasn't. That was just last year.
He bet against Georgia twice.
Oh, that's personal. Okay. So look. It was
personal.
I get your point, but that's personal. Okay, this is my question. You know how we look at spreads, right, all year to determine how to really determine who they're favoring, right? 3 points is a given at home for the home team. With this being, even with the points
neutral
coming in
site,
and all of that.
Neutral site.
Right. Neutral site. It's not 3, but it's also, it doesn't really favor or go against any one of these teams. How do we read the line to determine is it a true indication of they really believe Philly is the favorite because the line hasn't changed much and they've maintained being a favorite?
Well, look, if I had that answer, I'd be setting the lines myself. I wouldn't even be on this podcast. I'd be a ghost like the guys that do that stuff for a living. But I'll just say this. I think the line is, more regular season. I think the line is just reflective on, I've heard words used to describe the Eagles this week like juggernaut.
No, Lord.
I'm like, really? I mean
that type of stuff.
But look, we all talk about this stuff every single day, and we all know no one's going to call the Eagles fugazi. No one's saying they're phonies, but they didn't have the hardest schedule you've ever seen. They did, they didn't look great without Jalen Hurts, to be expected, but they didn't. And then we get to the playoffs. They haven't been tested at all. Jalen Hurts certainly hasn't been tested. And we all watch these games. that shoulder does not look 100%. You know, everyone talks about, oh, well, Mahomes and his ankle. Hell, he looks more healthy to me than Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts throwing the ball, he hasn't had to, right? He hasn't had to, but he doesn't look great to me. The 49ers dropped a lot of picks. And oh, by the way, the 49ers didn't have a quarterback. So I just think some of this, to answer your question, is the Eagles have looked so dominant. And the Chiefs, Mahomes got hurt. I mean, if Trevor Lawrence makes a few more throws, they were in that game with a chance. You know what I mean?
I called that too.
You did, and they did cover, backdoor cover. But then, you know, you look at the next week, boy, you know, everyone left that game feeling like the refs helped them out against Joe Burrow, right?
Yep.
Meanwhile, you know, the Eagles have kicked everyone's ass all regular season, except the Commanders, and you know, in the playoffs. So I think that's some of it, and I just think the Eagles have looked more impressive, and that's why the line is reflected.
And the Cowboys, they didn't do that.
Let's go to Don's comment here. Don says Philly got beat by a mediocre Washington team, right? What Washington did was run the ball.
Right.
So the real question is, if Kansas City hopes to beat Washington, right? I'm sorry, if Kansas City hopes to beat Philly, well, I don't know why I said Washington, they must go to that Washington tape, see what they did. But on the other hand, Philly has studied that tape as well. Right. And then what did they do? They brought in two wide body Cinnabons. Shout out to Coco. and Ndamukong Suh and oh God, say your boy's name. I had it right there.
Jordan Davis.
No.
He was hurt.
Jordan Davis
was hurt against Washington.
He
was hurt against Washington. He didn't play.
The other lineman they brought in.
They realized when he's not in the game, they're getting
Who's the other lineman they brought in?
Ndamukong Suh?
Ndamukong Suh, I said.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Yep. You always think in Georgia. Well, we know they brought in two interior defensive linemen to stop the run, right? So Philly studied. They said, hey, we got to get bigger on the inside. And they did pause. And they did. And now Andy Reid forgets to run the ball. So, Joseph, thank you. Thank you, Don. Joseph. So they brought in Linval Joseph. And now we know that, you know, Pacheco and McKinnon are two very dangerous backs, and they have started to. That's what
just call him Pikachu.
Pikachu.
Yeah.
Pikachu.
You said Pacheco.
Pikachu. And they are starting to play these two guys at the same time, which means you really, really have to pay attention to what's going on, because McKinnon can hurt you in the pass and Pikachu can gut you in the run. So what do you think about that, Travis? What do you think about Andy Reid running the ball?
I mean, I'll just save time here, Pick. Andy Reid doesn't run the ball. Like, I mean, Brian Westbrook would be a Hall of Famer if Andy Reid ran the ball. We all watched the Westbrook play for years. He terrorized Washington, and he still didn't run the damn ball. That guy was Marshall Faulk. Remember? He could catch. He could run. Yeah. Andy Reid doesn't run the ball. An Eagles fan will tell you that. A Chiefs fan will tell you that. Sure. You know, the Super Bowl that Mahomes lost to Brady, if they run the ball, if you remember, there were some injuries on that offensive line. That's why Mahomes had no time in that Super Bowl. Remember that? Shaq Barrett was going crazy, doing whatever he wanted. JPP has 7 fingers and was still hitting Mahomes every time he wanted to. Here's the deal. The best thing you can do for a beat-up offensive line is run the damn ball, not ask them to pass protect. And they didn't do it because that's not what Andy Reid does. If the Chiefs win, 7 fingers said, you heard me. If the Chiefs
7.5, really.
seven in the hook. If the Chiefs win the game, you know it, and everyone on this podcast knows it, and everyone in the comments knows it. It's Patrick Mahomes. The end.
Yeah.
The end. All right. So listen, our guy Ronald Nils asking for those prop bets again. I think he was driving, didn't have his pen and paper ready while he was driving. Drive with your knees.
What?
Right.
No.
No.
But can I say this, Big? I'm sorry. I feel you. I know that's like a big claim to fame for Washington this year is that they beat Philly. They gave them their first L, but I'm not watching film on Washington. I'm just not.
What?
That's
No,
because
first off, it's
I'm not
not.
even being funny.
It's
I'm not
not
watching film on
watching.
Washington in week 6. I'm just
And that's
not.
why if you were coaching any team and you refuse to watch film because you don't like the other team, this
I
is
didn't
why
say
you would only be coaching for a
I'm not
couple
even
of
being
months.
judgmental. I'm not even like hating on y'all. I'm saying they're not. Come on, buddy.
You have to see
What? Hey,
how.
what did he say on White Man Can't Jump? Hey, even the sun shine on the dog, but every now and then that type of stuff don't
really.
Okay,
You have
so
to. You have to see what a team did to another team to win.
So here's
Because you best
how I
believe
look at
Dallas
that.
did watch that film as well.
Go ahead, Lady
Here's
A.
how I look at that. You have to understand this, Ant. Number one, Philly was undefeated. How do you beat an undefeated team? That's it. On the other hand, and you should turn your camera back on. Stop being like that.
He's a hater.
Because you're gonna want to hear what I have to say.
Nobody's been undefeated since the 78 Bears, man.
Excuse me.
72 Dolphins.
Excuse me.
72 Dolphins.
Excuse
You're gonna lose
me.
eventually.
Okay.
Reclaiming her time.
Anyway, no,
Put him in
everyone
his place.
doesn't always lose. Okay. But on the other hand, Philly has also adjusted since that game. So you have to look at it on both ends. Yes, we beat an undefeated team, but since then, Philly has looked at that tape. They've adjusted, and they're doing their best to not make those mistakes anymore. So
Facts.
It's good and bad to look at the tape, but you should probably, if you were the coach, and you should look at the tape. Any game Philly lost, you need to look at the tape.
I mean, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again, just like I heard Pick 7 minutes ago. People were going to say that they don't like hearing it. Who cares? When Jordan Davis not in there, they got ran on. I don't care who they brought in there.
Got sued.
They got ran on with Susan as well. They got ran on with Susan. I'm telling you.
To be truthful, Jordan Davis is only playing about 9 plays a game.
Hey, but it doesn't make a difference. Deontay, he's playing there he's playing more than actually. But the thing is, like I said before, he may be playing there after he got hurt. But before he got hurt, as long as he was stopping in the middle, they was doing like this. And they was getting caught on each one of the sides. And then when he was out of the game, they was gashing. They were running right up the middle. Cowboys, right up the middle. Washington, right up the middle. But when he came back in the game, guess what?
Outside.
Yeah.
Yes,
it is what it is. He's not even a run stopper. He's taking 2 players himself, leaving a linebacker, Nick Bolton, to make all these tackles.
Yep.
That happened, and that's a great point, Sid, because even in winning efforts, when they didn't have him, they got ran on. Almost lost to Houston the same way.
But Houston did the same thing to Kansas City. Houston did the same thing in Kansas City. That's another tape that they need to watch and see what Houston, that's one that Philly will be watching, to see what Houston did to Kansas City, because they really should have lost to Houston. And Houston everybody kept saying, well, Houston's soft and all of this. No, Levy Smith had Houston playing really, really good. Mm-hmm. So now we're restarting there. Travis, who is your Super Bowl MVP?
I'm going Patrick Mahomes at plus 120. I mean, obviously, it's because I'm on the Chiefs side of things. I think if I were betting on the Eagles side, Jalen Hurts opened as a favorite to win Super Bowl MVP, and it makes a lot of sense to go that way. But, for me, if the Eagles win, I think there's a multitude of ways they could do it. Obviously, this is a historic pass rush that we're looking at here. Mm-hmm. So, Hassan Reddick, Graham, any of those guys could wind up having a big night and being the MVP. Obviously, we know Miles Sanders is a baller. We know win or lose, the Eagles want to run the football. Now, let's just, for the sake of this conversation, say, I don't know, the Chiefs come in, and this would be the right game plan, by the way. Let's make Jalen Hurts beat us from the pockets. Let's play contain. Let's not let him get away from us. The Niners did a pretty good job of that defensively, right? And he's unable to do it with his legs. Miles Sanders is going to get the carries because they're still going to run the ball. That's what they do. That's their DNA. So as I look at this from the Chiefs' perspective, or from the Eagles' perspective, because we know a lot of people watching are betting on the Eagles side, I think you have a ton of options in terms of MVP. From the Chiefs side, if you're with me, you don't really, because if Kelsey goes off, who's getting him the ball? If Scantling or Juju or one of these other weapons goes off, who's getting him the ball? And we just talked about how Andy Reid doesn't run the damn rock. So if the Chiefs are going to win, it's going to be Mahomes. So that's where I'm at with my MVP.
Do you really think it'll be Mahomes if Travis Kelce goes off for 14 to 15 catches?
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll say this. Let me give credit to the Eagles defense. My theory in this game is I don't believe Kelce is going to have a Kelce type game, meaning you can't stop him. He's that good. He's a Hall of Famer. We all understand that. But I think this could be a Brady-like Super Bowl for Mahomes. And what I mean is Brady would hit Gronk for a touchdown in the Super Bowl, but Gronk wouldn't have these monster games in the Super Bowl. What did Brady do? All these no-name wide receivers would have big Super Bowls. He would spread the love. It was very simple. If you got open, Tom was going to find you because a lot of times that defense was bracketing Gronk. And you can't stop Gronk. We all remember all the touchdowns, but you go back and look at those box scores, Brady's throwing for 300 yards, and a lot of guys ate. A lot of guys got catches. There was a lot of Deion Branches. We know Edelman eventually became Edelman, right? But, Brady always spread the love to all these no-name receivers. So I think this is a Super Bowl where Mahomes is hitting all these other guys. Maybe Kelce gets a touchdown or two. He's Kelce. But I just think in terms of yards, receptions, things of this nature, I think Mahomes is going to be looking at some of these other weapons. He really kind of did it against Cincy.
Yeah, we all looked at a couple of MVP candidates here outside of the quarterbacks. And I think said like Valdez-Scantling, right? I just want to tell you ones that I remember. I like the wide receiver. I like Brown for Philly. AJ Brown. And that's due to, when this guy is focused, look at what he did to his old team. He personally destroyed them by himself. And I think that's one where Jalen doesn't get MVP, but Brown goes on a mission. He says people hate to tackle him. He's like a wide receiver in Derrick Henry's body. What do you think about Brown for the Eagles, Trav?
Yeah, obviously, the thing for me with Brown is I have some trust because he's a proven playoff commodity. People forget he made the playoffs with the Titans. You go back and look at his numbers. He was a monster. He was a dog in the playoffs. So, he's a proven commodity. But again, pick. If A.J. Brown goes off, then that means Jalen Hurts is going off. And by the way, Jalen Hurts is a dual threat quarterback. Facts. So let's just say Brown goes off for the sake of the convo. Mm-hmm. If Hurts breaks off 2 big runs in the game and he's feeding A.J. Brown all night, he's going to get the MVP, not A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
I think it totally depends on how it looks. Like, you got to, if he's got, let's just say a phantom stat sheet. Let's say he has 12 catches, 186 yards, 2 touchdowns, but it wasn't just go routes. Let's say he took a bubble screen, 80 yards. I think it's just about how it looks and when the plays are made, even more than, you know what I'm saying? He filled the stat sheet. You know what I'm saying? Like, who was it? Branch. When Branch, for all intents and purposes, Tom Brady should get that, right? But Branch has this phenomenal game, and it's the way he did it that, gets him that MVP. So I think it's a better than outside chance that a receiver or a tight end could get it. But the league we live in, of course, it leans towards, the quarterback definitely having a greater shot than anybody to get the MVP.
Right.
Yeah.
I vote for Mama Kelce.
Yeah, that's what she's trying to bet on. Mama Kelce winning the MVP.
She wins already. Yeah, she wins already.
She MVP. No matter what team wins, she wins.
Hey, she's gonna have on a split jersey, half one
Yeah.
son, half the other
Tell
son.
that to the
She
losing
normally
son.
does. I
She's
think
gonna
I
have
saw
on
a
that
picture of
split
her with one
jersey.
on.
All right, game combos here is what I want to look at. We have some money lines and points, right? You got Philadelphia Eagles and the over 51. So Philadelphia Eagles and the over of 51. That's plus 245. Philadelphia Eagles and the under is plus 235. Kansas City Chiefs plus the over is 270. Kansas City Chiefs and the under is plus 260. Which way would you go there, Trav?
Chiefs in the under at plus 260 sounds real sexy to me. Sign me up for that one.
Sign you up for that one. Lady A, which way would you lean?
I actually like that one as well.
All right, say it.
He don't know.
Say
Give
it
me the
is still
stat again.
under
He was
side.
playing slots again.
You
Trav,
Yeah,
muted.
he's playing
Sid.
slots.
You muted.
hey,
Sid.
you muted.
Hey, you
Hey,
muted. I
Trav.
think
Hey.
you're doing it on
Hey,
No,
purpose.
I'm muted because there's some stuff going on in the kitchen, but I'm still undecided.
The smoke detector going
and
off?
also at the same time, I was doing a little research because I was trying to show someone information about I was talking about it in the chat at the same time.
Right.
Hey,
But
yeah, it says in the chat.
I'm still
the
on
log.
the fence, man.
I mean, honestly, I feel you said it's I have my reasons too, but that Chiefs with the under looks really good.
I like Philly in the over. I think if Philly wins this thing, it's going to go over. If KC wins it, it's going to be an under. All right. So those are the money line combos there, right? Those are the money line combos. Here's the ones with the spread. Go ahead, Ant. What you got?
No, he was
wondering
trying to figure
how
out your reason.
I'm like, how does that make sense when, once again, the Eagles have actually a run game that can control the clock if need be, with the dual threat quarterback and Miles Sanders and all of that, and the backup. Who's that backup guy?
Gainwell.
I mean, the Phillies in the under makes all the sense in the world because that means that they would have been held Patrick Mahomes in check, that Travis Kelce wasn't able to get off. They're screwed if that happens.
Let's be real. Let's be real.
He think they're gonna run up the clock.
This is
run up the
like
score.
if this Philly would be the slower offense, but KC will be the quick strike offense here. And right, so if Philly scores in, let's say, 7 plays, then the Chiefs come back and score in 3.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how that's going to work. Got a dog barking in the background. My bad. Let's look at the points. Go ahead.
No, I'm just wondering based off what you're saying. I'm still trying to understand how you're saying if Philly in the over. It still doesn't make sense to me.
He's saying that if Philly wins, it's gonna be a dogfight.
Yeah, it's gonna be a dogfight.
It's gonna be back and forth if Philly wins. That's what he's trying to say.
Like everyone is touting Philly's defense. Philly does have a legit defense with some great cornerbacks and a defensive line that has double-digit sacks everywhere you look. Their linebackers are ferocious. They're great on all 3 levels, right? Mm-hmm. Andy Reid has had 2 weeks to prepare for this defense. Mm-hmm. Andy Reid, after a bye, his record is pretty much flawless. And then let's go to the other side of the ball. Spags is a monster defensive coordinator, and you've given him 2 weeks to find your weakness. Yeah. Yes, I've said that Philadelphia Eagle probably has the best offensive line in the game, but Spags is going to do something with Jones, some of his other guys. No, they don't have the honey badger on the backside, but there are going to be some things that Philly has never seen that's going to come their way. Scoop and score Ant from both sides of the ball, because Philly's corners can get at you real good. All right, so I mean, a defensive score is possible here. Yeah. Let's look at these the point spreads and the totals, right? So you got Philly minus 1.5 with the over of 51 coming at plus 260. All right. Philly minus the 1.5 and the under is plus 250. So plus 260 for the over, plus 250 for the under. KC plus 1.5 with the over is plus 255. KC plus the 1.5 and the under is plus 245. How you feeling about those, Trav? Are you still going KC and the under for the plus money as well?
Yeah, I mean, KC and under is really my whole night. That and a bunch of drinks. I'm probably going to eat. You know, I'm going to set myself back. I've been doing pretty good, been losing weight. I've been in the gym. I'm definitely going to set myself back on Sunday with the diet. You know, I would probably bet the over on amounts of arguments with the wife because I am drunken and full. And, you know, if the Eagles come out here and they whoop the Chiefs' ass, you can definitely bet the over on arguments because I'm going to be angry. But yeah, I'm pretty much rolling with all Chiefs money line and unders all night, and I'm just hoping that Rihanna gives me a great halftime.
All right, got it. Listen, what you need is one of those medium shirt spot from Ant because you're working out.
Oh man,
that's what you really need. Ant's gonna pass out because the circulation is not getting up to his head, and that's why his eyes keep tightening up like that.
I just have Asian eyes.
No, you don't. No,
I put that on everything. My eyes get no bigger than this. I don't have big eyes. That's not a joke.
All right.
Sorry.
No disrespect to any other Asian community. I'm with you. I'm saying we share the same lineage.
No, now you're gonna just keep putting your foot in there. Just keep open mouth, insert foot.
The words brought to you by Ant Will does not reflect.
There you go. Give me the disclaimer.
Give me the disclaimer.
Give me the disclaimer.
No disrespect. I'm not.
Hey, here we go.
I'm not even trying to. Man.
Any player to throw 5 or more touchdown passes is plus 1,100.
Oh.
Hey, we just go.
You need to go sat down. You know you got that auntie that tell you go sat down. That's
man, you can forget that one. It ain't gonna be no 5 touchdown passes player.
Right.
It's not Georgia versus TCU.
No Mahomes 5 touchdown passes.
This is not Georgia versus TCU player. Ain't gonna be no 5
These
touchdown
are
passes.
professionals.
These are professionals.
It may 5 touchdowns could be scored, but it ain't gonna be 5 passes. No.
This is let me say this. Hold on. Because we have to be real here. Both of these teams actually deserve to be here.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so that it's not going to be a situation like that. I mean, it could be, and it would make for an amazing game. However, the chances are very slim. Matter of fact, do they have a line for that?
They do.
Yeah. So go ahead, bet that. You bet that. Go ahead, pick.
No, don't bet that.
Don't bet that.
No, he can bet that if he won't.
Hey, listen, you know where I'm going.
He can bet it.
Said you didn't say 5 combined. You said one player to throw 5, right?
5 touchdowns. Yeah, one player.
One player to throw 5.
That's what I said. Do they have a line for that? You can bet that. You know, if they have a line pick, you are welcome to do that. Don't call us though when you lose.
Hey, you know, I'll hey, listen. I'll get on the chat with Sid and be like, I'm just hoping for a good game. And he's gonna be like, what do you got, pick? I'm just hoping for a good game. I'm just hoping for a good game. Hey, and then y'all start seeing the tickets roll through.
It'll be Tuesday by the time we hear from him.
Yeah.
Right before the show.
He better call. Hey, lady. Hey, he better call Tyrone. Don't call us.
Right. Right. That's not going to go well for you.
That's not going to go well. I got you. Hey, Steeler Queen Coco said, to the corner, Neo.
Now.
I'm looking at 7 different things right now.
But Neo is in the corner for real. Light
Listen,
in the pockets.
Listen, shortest touchdown scored.
Billy boy.
Shortest touchdown scored.
Shortest touchdown scored.
They got it all on there, don't they?
Inches?
Yeah. It's over 1.5 is plus 145. Under 1.5 is minus 182. Shortest touchdown scored.
I mean, I wouldn't bet it because
Right.
I could see a goal line. I don't know. Both of these coaches are really aggressive.
On the goal line,
no, aggressive. So like if it's 4th and inches, both of them will go for it.
Right.
You know, on the Kansas City side, Pacheco would get it. On the Philly side, hell, you got 3 guys that could get it whether it's Sanders, Hurts, or Gainwell or whoever. So
Big Jordan Davis.
That's probably why you said the under was really juiced, right? Didn't you say minus
182? Minus 182.
Yeah, so it's a no bet for me because I could see that. I could see a 4th and inches and one of these coaches going for it.
Yeah.
On the goal line.
Here's one that had me like, wow. All right. Team to score the longest touchdown, all right, including overtime. Kansas City is plus 105. Philly minus 130.
Oh, God.
Why is Philly minus 130? I'll tell you why. I'll give you 2 reasons.
I was gonna say.
And you guys can figure it out for yourself. What am I talking about?
Smith and Brown?
No, 2 rookie corners.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's why they're the favorite. I don't know. Tyreek Hill ain't walking through that door, so I would probably bet the Eagles, but I don't like that minus 130 you said. Yeah, yep. That's not really my style, but I guess
but isn't Jalen hurt?
You think Jalen Hurts is running 70 yards? I mean, he is a running back in a quarterback's body whose arm's been touched by lightning. But I don't think that
literally his arm is hurting right now. So
damn, Pick.
You have to think
didn't
about
know
it like that.
I didn't know Pick loved Jalen Hurts so much.
I'm just saying, like, he is literally a running back, but his arm's been touched by lightning. I mean, come on now.
Hey, Mo, he described that man as a black Thor, didn't he? Like,
yeah, he did. He did.
Jalen Hurts is an Avenger. Like
he is, right? He is, and he's and listen, and he's going to cut Thanos' head right off. So he's not going to miss.
Well,
all right.
You know where he be leaning.
Right.
Hey, the last guest say Pick is heavily influenced by mass media, so you know. He might be
No, he didn't say I was heavily influenced. He said you sound like
shout out to Jamal Burks.
But no, the reason why I said that is because Jalen's supposedly his throwing arm, so that would change things.
I mean, listen,
that might explain the reason why they feel that way.
This man literally had a month off for his arm to heal because he hasn't had to throw the ball.
Yeah. Right.
He's had a month off.
Right.
Plus the time that he's had off. Patrick Mahomes had, 2 weeks on a bum ankle? That's a high ankle sprain, and he had to gut out the fourth quarter.
Injuries.
Right.
Yeah, he had to gut out the fourth quarter to get them to the Super Bowl. Plus, he needed the refs' help.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, so when we look at these injuries, let's be real. Somebody has not been tested the whole time, and someone has. All right, Trav, it's time to go. Give us your straight lineup. We know who you are here. You are. Let me get it right. Do I still have it in here? I don't have it in there. We know you straight money line, Trav.
Yeah.
So lay it all out. What you got? What you like? Everybody's waiting. Ron, I hope you got your pen and pad ready. Drew.
Oh, you want all my bets in this game?
Lay them out. Lay them out, sir.
All right. Let's start with the obvious. I'll go Chiefs money line plus 105. This to me comes down to experience, and I'm just gonna dance, with who I came with. And
there you go.
If the ship goes down, I'll sleep well at night, knowing that I bet on Mahomes and Andy Reid. And, I think one thing that's not being talked about here is if Mahomes loses this Super Bowl, now you're having a whole different conversation about him. Everybody's saying, hey, this could be the guy to chase Brady and blah, blah, blah. If he loses this Super Bowl, now you're probably talking about him more in the Peyton Manning air, which is not bad air to be in. It's still rarefied air, but everybody knows. Right. Thank you. So if Mahomes wins this game at 27 years old, 28 years old, I mean, woo, now you're cooking with fish grease. So I'm going to bet on the Chiefs here because I trust them more in this big game. I'm betting the under. Again, everyone's talking about the Eagles defense, and I get it. They're historic. I'm on it. I'm with you. But no one's talking enough about the late blossoming Chiefs defense. They struggled all year. Seems like they struggle all the time. But then when the playoffs come around, they make the necessary adjustments. They play well. I thought, with Mahomes being banged up, going against a Joe Burrow, I mean, in a lot of ways, you could make the case the Chiefs defense bailed them out in these playoffs. So I'm going to go under in the game. I think the big game jitters get to the Eagles. Quickly on my props. Any team to score 30-plus points, I'm going to go no because I'm on the under. That's self-explanatory. I got that at plus 115. I'm going to Chiefs to get the most sacks in the game. I believe that the game plan is going to be to keep Jalen Hurts in the pocket. I hear you, Pick. He's a Black Thor. I get it. But I need to see him in the pocket, and I think the Chiefs will be up in this game. So I need to see him sit in the pocket and throw the Eagles back in the game. I haven't seen it with thine eyes. Thus, I'm going to bet that the Chiefs get to him and have the most sacks at plus
You
100.
watch the last podcast?
He does.
You must have watched the podcast because that's what I put out there. But go ahead. I digress.
Great minds.
Nine and thus.
I'm gonna go first score to be a field goal at plus 170. This to me is just a matter of history. The last two times the Chiefs were there, field goal was the first score of the game. The last time the Eagles were here with Foles and the boys, field goal was the first score of the game. So at plus 170, I'm too greedy to let that slide by. I'm going Patrick Mahomes, Super Bowl MVP, plus 120. I'm going Marquez Valdez-Scantling, anytime touchdown, plus 250. I think they'll target him a little more in this game. He was the hero in the AFC title game by accident. Remember, all the Chiefs players got hurt except Travis Kelce. He was the last man standing, and he made the most of his opportunity. I think he has a big Super Bowl on purpose. I'm going Jalen Hurts, anytime interception, just to throw an interception, plus 110, going back to the pocket thing. Those are my props in the game.
All right. I did not hear you say anything about Patrick Mahomes rushing. All right. So I see here Patrick Mahomes at 19 and a half yards. Patrick Mahomes rushing at 19 and a half yards is plus 100. I actually do like that play coming off of that bum ankle. If you can get it, because I've seen it earlier, I think it was as low as 18. That was plus money. But right now on BetRivers, Patrick Mahomes at 19 and a half yards rushing. So 20 yards from Patrick Mahomes. Just a couple of timely scrambles outside the pocket during this game. I think he'll get there. So take that over. That's one that I really do like. Also, y'all know I love Pikachu, right? I like Pikachu's numbers as far as rushing. And everyone, please say Pikachu's name for me, please.
Pacheco.
There we go. Isaiah, as my son is named. A rush over 11 yards, the over under on that. I caught it early, and I think he will have at least a 12-yard gain. I caught it early. It was plus money at plus 100. Now it's down to minus 104 for over 11 and a half yards. So a 12-yard rush was plus money early. That was plus money early. Of course, Jalen Hurts over 10 and a half yards is plus 100. So these are some player props that you guys could look into as well. Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown is another one too, because he can do it two different ways for you. Did y'all find anything that y'all like that we haven't mentioned yet?
Sid, are you talking now?
You said the 10 and a half yards. You said 10 and a half yard rushing. You just said 10 and a half yards. You didn't say rushing or what?
No, that was a rush of 10 and a half yards.
Okay.
Just one run.
A run of 10 and a half yards.
A run of 10 and a half yards,
okay.
which is a great play because you got to think if Kansas City sends a blitz at Jalen Hurts that puts his quarterbacks on the island playing man-to-man back turn to Jalen. Remember, Donovan McNabb used to do this all the time where he scrambled for at least 20, 25 yards, right? So that's why I took that when I caught it early before everybody started getting onto the player props here. So I was asking, Sid, did you have anything that you found that you wanted to put out there? No,
I told
lady
you I'm on the fence, man, with a lot of stuff.
I think we have covered every line imaginable for this game today.
Ant's got some. Ant's going to have a heck of a parlay for you guys on Saturday. Do you want to give it away right now, Ant?
Come on, Ant.
No.
I was
No.
gonna say,
Hey.
Ant.
What?
I just put Ant on the spot like that.
He real light skinned tonight. Light skinned tonight.
Yeah, he is.
Look,
Oh no, the cheeky eye.
But no,
light skin behavior.
I think it's I don't know what the money is on it, but you can't tell me Patrick Mahomes ain't gonna throw a pick in this game. You can't try this. The biggest thing for me is the fact that the Eagles are back full strength. They got everybody back on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the things outside of Jalen being hurt and them losing or having some battles is the fact that they lost a few key guys in the secondary as well. They lost their safety for a long while. Was it the first Dallas game?
Yeah.
So sometimes I think we kind of trick ourselves into reading more into stuff than we should.
Mm-hmm.
And for all intents and purposes, if a good team is able to dominate their record for their schedule for any reason, sometimes the proof is just in the pudding, and it is what it is. And so I think, unless, like I said last show, unless they just wake up and the moment's just too big for the Eagles staff and the players, I think they're just gonna do what they already know how to do. They're constructed to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this team, for all intents and purposes, the firepower, the drafting, you're gonna go out there and it's gonna be a crap storm for them to try to figure out how to keep Mahomes upright.
Hey, Ant, just so you know, Mahomes to throw an interception -110, Jalen Hurts to throw one +110.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So
I do.
Pair it with something else and figure something out. So I do have a question for you, Trav. We're going to switch topics a little bit here. Kevin Durant was traded from the Nets. Kyrie was traded as well. The Suns have KD, Devin Booker. Have their odds moved at all?
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, look, I went to bed last night. I cover this stuff for a living, man. I went to bed last night. It was all good. I woke up this morning. The world was just going crazy, especially the betting market. I mean, the last I saw when I got off air today, I saw it as low as Suns at +450 to win the whole shebang bang. At their lowest point, I think you could have got it at 16 or 18 to 1, depending where you shop.
If you got that ticket early.
Well, look, you can't get it earlier than what I got. I got it in the preseason. I had Suns 10 to 1 to win the title, but I also had Devin Booker for MVP. I also had the Suns to be the #1 seed out west. Nope. So, if nothing else, the Durant trade, keeps my Suns title ticket alive at 10 to 1. But you can't get it any earlier than before the season started.
Right.
But at their lowest point, when they were really poopy this season, you could have got it at 16 or 18 to 1. That's when I really wish I had got it. But now you'll never see that price again. I'll say this, though, Durant, CP3, and Booker, one thing about that big three, I think it'll work because they're actually all about ball. There's none of the other nonsense like what you got when you bring in a James Harden with a Kevin Durant and a Kyrie, and it's just too much noise.
Too much head.
Yeah, we've seen pause, and we've seen other big threes. Super pause. We've seen other big threes in history, have issues, right? Drama, whatever, ancillary things. I think with this big three in Phoenix now, all three of those guys are just about hooping. So I think it will work. I don't know if it'll equal a title, but I do believe the chemistry and things like that, those three match. And by the way, sprinkle in DeAndre Ayton. That's not too bad either.
There we go. That's the big
and they're
man.
well coached.
He's going to keep everybody honest because as soon as you come out on these guys on the 3-point line that don't just stand there, they actually move around. Right. Now, DeAndre Ayton's one-on-one, and he's going to take advantage of everybody there. So you did just say something that Said can't wait to talk about here. Baseball is about to kick off, and Said loves his future bets, right? He told us in the commercial, he told us he loves his future bets. Baseball is about to kick off. What do you have cooking up so that we can all get these numbers early? Who you like, and tell us why.
Yeah, fun fact, man. My baseball win totals. If it's funny, I get asked sometimes. People will say, like, "What's your best sport to bet on?" And I always shock people because I say baseball, and they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah," and it's because win totals. When win totals come out in baseball, you got to jump on that right away before the market does. Before numbers are inflated and everyone pours all their money in the Yankees and the Dodgers and whatever. When baseball win totals first come out, if you really know what you're doing and you do your homework and you watch the game, you can find great value. And every single offseason, it never fails. I'll write this out. I'll have about 10 teams that I believe in, or I don't, whatever. But I'll narrow it down to like 10. And then depending on my budget and my bankroll, sometimes I'll bet on 3. If it's been a good year, I'll bet on 10, right? But my baseball win total success carries over into football season because remember, baseball season's long as hell. So what happens, if you bet a win total, you got to have the patience to have your money wrapped up for a whole season. Right. So I'll bet it in March, and then I won't get paid until October.
Right.
But on good years, if I bet 10 teams and I hit 7 of them, oh my God, that money will fund my entire football season. You understand?
Yeah.
So, By the way, because baseball season is so long, there's more inventory. You have more opportunities to make money. You have more games in a day. Hell, you have double headers in a day. So if you have to be patient, you have to do your homework. Baseball is a very tedious sport. I'm not going to deny any of that. I feel like a nerd or a grandpa doing it, but I love the game and I love making money. So a couple teams that I'm on, I am really bullish on the Toronto Blue Jays. I heard Ant talking about the Eagles, and the things he said resonated with me for this Toronto Blue Jays team. What Ant said was, if you look at their trajectory, if you look at the drafts, if you look at the acquisitions they bought in, it's been a slow build. They've done it the right way. Go back and do your research on the Blue Jays. The time is now for them. They've done all of that. And now they made a change at the manager last season. The team rallied around him, made the playoffs. Didn't go well in the playoffs, but they got that experience. I believe it's their time. By the way, everyone's going to be talking Yankees in that division. So keep your eyes on the Blue Jays. The Chicago White Sox, you could make an argument, are the most talented team in baseball. They had a nincompoop at manager. He's gone. They've changed managers. That's a team that I think will perform better this season. The San Diego Padres, I mean, did you watch them? They have Juan Soto, and they finally beat the Dodgers in the playoffs. I think it's their time. So there's a lot of teams that I love, but those are just 3 because, I could talk for an hour of baseball, but those are the 3 that I'm really on this season.
Sleeper, Texas Rangers.
Okay,
Texas Rangers have been.
Go ahead and put yourself to sleep. Go ahead and put yourself to sleep.
No.
Where the bats coming from,
Ant? Hold on, Sid. Because, Sid does like the – listen, bro, we get it.
I'm a Ranger fan. I'm a Ranger fan. I like the Rangers. No, I like the Rangers.
We are going to Rangers games this year.
But I'm telling you.
I'm not talking about to go to the World Series. I'm talking about
win total.
Pick the overall win
total.
Okay,
well, win total. Okay, never mind. I digress then. You talking about win total. Because when you said a Rangers, I'm thinking –
bro, no, you haven't seen the moves they made.
Oh, they made some moves. They got some pitching.
They
got some pitching.
Bro, listen.
I'm just naming off teams off the top of my head because the odds right now are that Houston's going to repeat. But I'm just saying. But go ahead.
Right. Yeah, that's why I clarified. Not to make the World Series, but they've made some major moves to put themselves in. And their new owner is not playing around. Yeah. Like, he's shuffling everything up. Bruce Bochy coming in. Yep. Who did we get? Was it Noah Syndergaard?
No, not Syndergaard.
Not Syndergaard. I always get the guy mixed up. It's another guy kind of like him. But anyway, man, I think they're gonna make the playoffs. I think that their win total is definitely gonna go up. I'm loving. I'm gonna enjoy going to games this year. I'm a huge baseball fan, by the way. Like I love, but going to baseball games is probably better to me than going to football games.
No, you, my friend, have lost it just now.
I like baseball, but
you don't have to like it. You don't have to like what I like, sir.
No, I'm not saying that. But the experience between a baseball game and a football game, two different things. One is continuous action. The other one is. So, how are we doing today? Good. All right, great. It's the summertime.
Yeah, I like baseball games too,
Hey,
but
please. Let's go.
I like football. I feel like football games are more exciting.
Some people just like to go get drunk at baseball games. That's fine.
They do. They really do.
I actually keep up with what's going on. You know what
Facts.
I'm saying?
Okay. And you want to chart the games this year because we will be there.
Wow.
All right. So let's get to
making it work.
Let's get to this one here. All right.
Whoa.
Ron Rivera has for the past 2 years gone to the Super Bowl. The problem is he has not taken his team.
Exactly.
Right. I don't understand how he gets a media day every year. He did it last year. He went to the Super Bowl, told the whole entire world, we're looking for a quarterback, and you got robbed of a Carson Wentz. Here, stick it up. We're going to dig in your pockets. It's going to cost you some money and draft pick. This year, he's going to the Super Bowl, and what does he do? He opens his mouth and he says, "We're going to motivate Chase Young. We're not going to give him his 5th-year option." Lady A, what's the month and year, please?
It is February and it's 2023. But I'm going to tell you right now, you do not want to ask me no more questions about that man.
It's February.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't even have to be decided until May.
No.
But you're going to motivate Chase Young through the media. Everything that he does that involves Chase Young is always negative, and he always talks to the media. Chase Young is the reason why we're not getting any sack, and the defense is playing unprofessionally, and they're doing what they want, right? Is this not the same position group that yelled for their coach to be fired? I don't know. Travis, you were here back then. Is this the same position group that said that they need a new coach? And then,
I mean, look, man, I'm not as dialed in as I once was. Obviously, I cover the Patriots now, but I'll say now what I said then when I was covering the Commanders. Ron and them ain't worth a damn. And so, until there's a change at that position, you all should not be surprised at all for the same old Ron. I will say this, I think he was the right hire at the time, though, because that franchise was even more of a dumpster fire than it is right now. And he was the right guy to come in, provide some stability, just a good person. I don't think anyone ever questioned Ron the person. And I think he's a decent coach, but, and he did come in and stabilize it to a certain extent.
You came in on fire. Now you're cooling off talking about
but it's a truth. It's a truth.
A sub 500 coach trap.
Yeah, but Pick, you have to remember at the time he was hired, all the things that were going on. I think he did come in. Ron did some good things in the beginning. He made the playoffs a couple times, but now here's the deal. It's time. Thanks, Ron. You did great. Get the hell out of here. Let's get someone to take us to the next level. That's where the franchise is at now, and get the owner out while you're at it.
Hey, Trav, can you do this for me, please? Can you do this? Just say this person's name for me.
Who?
I got bad. Oh, Teddy E is what they call him.
My guy.
Hold on. What did he write? I got bad eyes, man. Somebody read me that.
Hey, you betting the over? Are you betting the over on Eric Bieniemy being the new OC for Washington? Great question,
Oh.
Teddy.
Yeah, great question, Teddy. How about this? Screw offensive coordinator. Can he just be our coach? The end.
Hey, I would love for him to come in as the OC and the new owner comes in and says, "Hey, Eric, move to the big office.
Yeah.
You're our new head coach."
I've seen him as offensive coordinator. Can the guy get a job? I don't care if it's the Commanders or anywhere else. What the hell are we waiting for? He should have been a head coach 5 years ago.
So Don asked the question. He says, "What has Chase Young done to merit a fifth-year option in the last 2 seasons?" Well, let's please remember, all right, that Chase got hurt in the middle. He was having a bad season. Hold on, wait. He was having a bad season. Not only that, but as I stated earlier, this defensive line was pretty much riding about their coach. What happened this year? They fired the offensive the line coach, Sam Mills, on his day off, promote Coach Z, and bring in Ryan Kerrigan. Does he deserve to work with Ryan Kerrigan and Coach Z and see what happens? That's what I believe. That's why I'm saying he shouldn't have gone to the Super Bowl and ran his mouth and put their business in the street. Maybe you should come in, have a conversation, and say, "Hey, Chase, this is what we're going to do. We're going to allow you to work with your new coaches for a full year. We'll revisit this thing at the end of the year. And, young man, we hope that you embarrass the heck out of us, and we got to pay you a Brinks truck full of money. Go do your job."
You know, Ron got the Salute to Service Award. So that this year was his quote unquote reason for going. Just to let you know.
Yeah, that's still 2 years in a row. You go to the Super Bowl without your team. That's 2 years in a row.
He forgot to bring them.
Yep.
So Dump Truck Don made a great point. Listen, guys, I heard a stat today that said that Chase Young has less sacks than Micah Parsons had in his first season, or something like that. This guy's been doing this his whole life, and at some point, the proof's got to be in the pudding. He had a really good first year.
Well, and they had a different defensive coordinator, a different
but
scheme.
the players play, said.
But see, but you can only run it. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I'm glad you brought that up.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Quinn was the head coach in Atlanta, right? We had a defensive end lead the league in sacks 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
What happened next year? I'll tell you, they changed the freaking scheme. He was a no-show for the rest of the year. They cut it.
Wait, he went to another team. He ain't did nothing over there either.
I say we cut it. What I'm saying is they changed the scheme. Some people fit certain schemes better than others. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They changed the scheme. How do you change the scheme for a guy who led the league with 15 sacks? That was Dan Quinn.
I hear you.
I'm just giving you an example. I'm not saying that he's doing it now, but I'm giving you an example. So the next year you change the scheme. The guy who led the league in sacks is not rushing.
Right.
He's dropping back. He's dropping back into a zone. Why?
Yeah. That's foolish.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You have foolish coaches, is what he's trying to tell you.
That's all I'm saying.
Hey, listen, my guy, Metaphor, congratulations. Welcome back. Great comment here. It says, take everything that Ron is saying with a grain of salt.
Correct.
Yeah.
It is lying season, just like you said earlier. Here's the problem. Ron doesn't lie. Ron does not lie. He told the world we need a coach. We need a quarterback. We need a quarterback. What does he do? Hey, here's a Carson Wentz. I tell you, it's great. You can work it. And he told the dude, hey, we believe in you. Matter of fact, let me tell you guys something that I heard today. Jahan Dotson appeared on Radio Row, and Jahan Dotson talked, and he said this, which you guys will probably hear tomorrow. Everything that Sam Howell did in that last game of the season, we saw all year.
Excuse me.
She said that in training camp.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Before that,
OTAs. She's been saying this, but they kept saying, oh, he's not ready. Oh, he doesn't understand the playbook. Excuse me.
We know
this
what
guy.
We know what that was, though, Pick.
Yeah.
He had to go down with his $20 million guy. He
There you
did.
go.
I mean,
There you
listen,
go.
we can't cry. We can't do nothing about it now. We knew what that was. He wanted to be right about him so bad, but he couldn't, and that's why his butt ended up inactive. That's just what it is.
Does anyone trust Ron Rivera to develop a quarterback any damn ways? I mean, what are we talking about?
No.
The guy, it doesn't matter if it's lying or telling the truth season. He sucks.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank
Exactly.
you. He forgot Sam was there.
Mm.
All right.
Sis said, y'all know how I feel about that man. He forgot.
Heineke said, "Hey, you should let that guy go ahead and start." He said,
Yeah, Heineke said.
Right.
Heineke said, listen, I'm finna be a free agent. I'm not about to go get broken up by Micah Parsons, who throws guys out the club. No, thank you. No, sir. 14, you're up. Hey, listen, okay. So here's the best news that we heard all day yesterday. I heard all day yesterday is the ownership for the Commanders will be done after the Super Bowl, but before the March owners meetings.
Oh.
So it's been said that Dan Snyder's holding out for $7 billion, and the estimated first round of bids came in at $6.3 billion. You should get shot and like have to die a tragic death for keep saying the word billion, right? The question is, Lady A, are you designing the parade route for Dan to leave once the papers are signed, or will you shed a tear? Which one is it? Over, under, Travis, please set it. Lady A designing the route. Lady A shedding a tear for Dan Snyder being out. Can you please set the over, under for us, please?
I mean, there is no line. She's going to do both. She'll design a beautiful parade. It'll be classy, okay? And she's definitely going to cry tears of joy if he's out of there, just like every Commanders fan. You know, I told you before I left, I think he'll be forced to sell. I think it's just happening quietly to a certain extent, but it's coming. And, you know, who even cares who buys a damn team or for how much? Let's just get him the hell up out of here. I will be attending the parade, and I will be crying tears of joy with you all.
Well,
There we go.
I am going to have sparkles on my pitchfork.
Whoa. Whoa. I did not see that one coming. I did not see that one coming.
I have sparkles. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a wondrous day. But I will say, Trav, I have to disagree.
Look at being witty.
When you don't care about who the owner is, you get a Daniel Snyder. So in 1999, we didn't know how he was going to be as an owner. And look what he did.
Yeah.
So I care. I don't want another one.
Fair.
Hey, I see what you're saying here, Armand. Right? Armand says Heineke's going where Scott is. He can't play in any other NFL system apart from Scott Turner. He was on Radio Row today. No, he was on Radio Row today on the Pat McAfee show, and he said, "Hey, I could be going back to Washington. Washington will still keep Scott Turner's playbook. That's why I do believe that the OC is going to be Zampese, and the rest of this stuff is just, window dressing for a player for a person they already had in the building. Over $7 billion for Washington Commanders. Yeah, that's Bezos right there, bro. That's Bezos and Jay-Z. I don't even know.
Did Jay-Z disown himself from? Did Jay-Z separate himself from his group?
Rock Nation.
His management group.
Yeah,
Rock Nation. Yes.
He's okay. Yeah, I was gonna say he has to.
Yeah, I didn't know if he did, and I was asking.
Yeah, I'm shocked that he chose that over the Nets, but he did, and now he's gonna separate.
What you mean, like that?
That's why he had to leave the Nets because of his
ownership.
Ownership.
He was repping players as well.
Right. You couldn't do both.
Oh, okay. No,
so he had to leave. He chose that over the Nets. So now he's in a similar situation. If you want to be an NFL owner, you're gonna have to do the same. You're faced with the same struggle. So I'm guessing now he's like, okay, here's my chance. I need to go ahead and separate myself. So I feel like if he was able, if he chose that over the Nets, and then now he's separating himself, that just tells you who's going to be the owner. And nobody's outbidding Jeff. Nobody.
He says Bezos or
Nobody.
bust. He would make Washington the most powerful team in the NFL. Facts.
The Washington
really-
Prime. Rename them. The
Ooh,
Washington
rename
Prime.
It's better
Y'all-
than Tutty.
Y'all give a D on the check.
Anything, as long as Tutty is gone, I'm
Come
good.
on, stop hating on Tutty.
I do not like
Tutty hate is real.
I am. Let me tell you something. If we
Down with
keep
Teddy.
Tutty, he's going
Down
to be
with
a nightmare
Teddy.
because he is in a slasher film. I'm trying to tell you.
He's not. Listen,
I'm gonna find it. He's in
I
a
tried
slasher film. I know he is.
I tried to get Lady A over with Tutty, and
Nope.
she would not. She was
Nope.
like, "No, I'm not going that way." I was
He's
like, "There
going
go
to
Tutty.
kill me in my sleep. No,
Let's go." She was like, "No, I ain't having it."
Porky.
He's not.
Y'all
Oh,
saw
come
that
on,
slasher
Ant.
film with the
Come on, Ant.
with the
Really?
pig.
To the
That
ant. To the
part
corner.
weird.
Hey, HR. I like to report.
I heard him. I heard him.
Okay, cool. So Sid, I need you to do something for me, man. Name the quarterbacks on Washington's roster that are still under contract.
Somehow.
Okay, thank you very much. So Ron Rivera also stated that Sam Howell will be the starting quarterback for the Washington
He's
Commanders
the only one we
coming
have.
up. Thank you, Lady A.
Actually, Wentz is still under contract. They haven't officially released him yet.
Oh,
Okay,
well.
but what he don't have after this year? No.
After you come out
After
You
this
know,
year, no.
in a
Okay.
must-win playoff game versus the Cleveland Browns, on your second pass, you stare down Terry McLaurin and you see the defensive back right there,
Let them
and
play
you
once.
still throw it.
Let them play once. I'm gonna be on the news.
Mm.
I believe her. I believe her.
Hey,
She meant that, dog.
I meant it. Yep.
She meant that.
Right. You
Sweet
you
smoke
right,
ribs.
it's gonna be a beautiful. I'm shining it up. I'm shining
Oh
it up.
my goodness.
all right. Hey, listen
I'm not
up,
messing
man.
with y'all.
Trav, so we know you're up north, right? So the question is, what is the spread going to look like for the Super Bowl, and will you have mumbo sauce on your wings? Because I know you're going to have some wings go down.
You know what? This was the first Super Bowl that I took a back seat. I'm letting the wife handle everything. The last I heard, because usually I'm in charge of all the food. The last I heard, she was going barbecue. So that bodes well for my Chiefs money line pick. So I'm okay with that. So we'll see. I don't know if she's going to get wings or not, but I'm going to anticipate. She knows I love brisket. So I'm going to anticipate some brisket. I'm going to anticipate some ribs. And then from there, we'll see what happens. But one thing about me for sure, I love food so much. I'm damn sure going to put pictures all on and through the gram on Super Sunday before I get too drunk. So, so I know we're going barbecue, and hopefully the Chiefs can bring it home for me, barbecue style.
All right, I feel it. But listen,
These steaks are
say it.
no buttons.
Mumbo sauce, and I got you. Mumbo sauce will be ready.
Yeah.
It'll be in jars for you guys coming up.
Thank you.
On Friday. I got you.
Yeah,
So I got that.
look, I was
good
like,
mumbo
hey, I'm
sauce.
gonna try this.
I got that good
You
mumbo sauce
haven't
coming up
tried
for you.
yet?
No.
I've never had it. I
And-
heard
and
people
some
talking
Texas.
about it though.
Pick your
It's pretty
fire.
good.
Ants from Texas. No, see,
But you're
say it.
fired.
I got said. I got said some mumbo sauce. I got Ant. I got y'all, man. Listen, I'm having wings. Mumbo sauce is going down. It'll be nice and ready, drizzled all over the fries and everything. Sitting there waiting for Rihanna to do her thing and have a wardrobe.
That guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the corner.
Okay.
Corner.
I'm just
You
gonna go
need
to
to
the
be in
corner
that corner right now.
That's
It's just terrible.
Sorry, HR. I apologize. I apologize, HR.
Just what?
Let me go to get my bees ready.
What? Say it.
Whoa, buddy, what you
Say
saying?
it. Now you gotta go. Just this is all bad. Where's my sage?
He's
Where's my
Look,
sage?
hey, look. I guess I gotta save the show.
Nah, man. We can't have no Magic Mike in here, dog. We can't no Magic Mike in, dog.
what? No,
Somebody's got to get us back on the rails.
that is not it, Aaron.
No.
That is not it. Hey,
The button to take
Trav.
it out of here.
Trav.
Can I make a correction, Armand?
Okay.
You know
Go.
what? Let me make a redaction. Actually, I don't enjoy baseball games better than football games, but I really do enjoy them. I'll say that. I've had better times because I've been to more baseball games. Let me say it that way.
It's a cheaper ticket.
Oh, did you? Hey, Pig, another thing. Did you see the comment I put in the chat about Jordan Davis?
I did.
So they give you an example. I know. Like y'all was saying, he averaged 22 snaps a game.
There we go. Yeah,
But as you can see, when teams ran against Philadelphia, him in the game only averaged 2.9 yards per carry. I'm telling you, the fact he takes two people makes a difference. You know what I'm saying? But when he was out of the game, 10 yards a carry.
Yeah.
22 plays can make a big difference in a game. In a football game.
Trav.
Yeah.
We got snack checks here. Armand says, "Are you going to ghost pepper those wings?" I don't. I like to enjoy my wings, so there will be no ghost pepper for me.
I want to watch the game.
Hey, you know what,
Hold
Armand?
on. What they say, the pace of a baseball game makes it enjoyable in person. When you get up to go get something to drink or eat, you don't miss much.
That's the time you miss it. Though.
That's a fact. Armand, I am a spicy fan, bro, so I'm with you on ghost pepper all day.
And Teddy E said, "Send up a jar to North Carolina." Teddy E, I did send you a shirt, so I think I do have the address, but I'm not sure how that's going to keep, bro. And I don't want to do that to you. So I just tell you this: take you a 5-hour trip, go to DC, get you some wings, stay in a hotel, go get you some more before you leave, and then head back to North Carolina. That's probably about the.
You send it through USPS, you can forget about it.
I am.
Easy.
No,
We're not going to throw shade
now. Whoa, we're not going to throw no shade.
Right.
Hey,
we're not throwing shade right
not
now.
only am I flying on the president, but I'm just saying. You better FedEx grounded or something.
Hey, Coco said, "Oh my gosh!" She said, "These lives are going left."
Oh, they already have the tickets on sale?
For what?
Oh, this is when Ant was taking his clothes off. This is what happened right here. Just put the complaint to HR.
Rangers?
For Texas Rangers, they're on sale right now. Yes.
I said Brave Rangers. I didn't say nothing about the Texas.
Okay.
Said tone is always so shady. I tell you.
Oh Lord. Hey, listen. We appreciate y'all for stopping by and staying with us. We really enjoyed having Travis on. Trav. Hey, last year we did a thing, betting 101 for beginners, right? Would you like to do that again this year?
Oh man, listen, this is honest, and you already know this. I tell you this type of stuff off air, so I have no problem saying it on air, on wax. Man, any time you ever ask me for anything in life, it's done. Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, so it doesn't matter, bro, whether it's this podcast that you've done such a tremendous job. I love the team that you guys have. I love coming on here and laughing with y'all. But Pick, you know how I feel about you, man. Like I'm just proud of everything you've accomplished. And you're one of the best people I've ever met. That's real talk. So anytime you need me for anything, bro. And you know I'm from the country. So if you need somebody to come up missing, okay.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
Okay.
No. You got sparkles on it, so that's gonna lead back to people.
No, it ain't. Nah, man. We remote down in Southern Maryland, baby.
All right, so listen, we will do that again. We will do our betting 101 We'll do our betting 101 again. Said is there. Teddy E, Coco, Armand, Don, Corey, Go Caps, Droopy, my man Ron O'Neill. Listen, we are 4. I'm gonna say it again. We are 4 subscribers away from 500. Tell a friend, metaphor. Tell a friend to come to First Ring Podcast, subscribe, have a great time laughing with us. We have great guests. We keep you guys informed. Do that for us, man. Do that for us. Hey, and before we forget, we are going to do our NCAA tournament challenge again, where we will be giving away a ton of stuff. Trust me, right now, only thing I'm going to tell you is this. We're giving away a First Ring Podcast hat, shirt, and hoodie, right?
But wait.
There's more, and there will continue to be more. We're also going to give away $150 on a Visa gift card. That's straight cash for you, baby. There will be more. There will be more given away to come in the future. But make sure y'all tell some people a metaphor said I told 7 people at work today.
I know that's right.
That's what I'm talking about, metaphor. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey, Pick.
Yes, sir. Yes.
We're not doing scores for this thing, dog. Before we go, no. we're not gonna throw some scores out there before we go.
Oh, Trav. Listen, I was so excited about having you on that the graphics department effed it up.
They've been doing good for a while. Now they gotta get the boot like everybody else.
Yeah, hey, listen, and we had some basketball games and things like that too. And the graphics department screwed that up today. Yeah,
Hey, well, I want mine on wax. 27-23 Chiefs.
Gotcha.
Oh, matter of fact, yeah, you're right. 27-23 Chiefs. That makes your under come home, huh? No, it doesn't.
By one point or a hook, right? What is that, 50?
Yep, 50.
Yep. That makes us under come home. I got you. The rest of us will be giving out our final pick. So say it can flip-flop about another 2 days. Ant can pick a winner. And then Lady A can always go for the over, as she always does when it comes to making picks. And Pick will have the correct answer for all of you guys on Saturday. Trav, check this out, Trav. Do you see what Said is sporting right now?
I will be picking last because, I am Said pick leader.
Man, we already said it don't even matter. You don't even try that. Don't even try that. That's what I'm saying, dog.
Flex on the belt, Ant. Flex on the belt.
Stop it, Ant. Stop it.
Wait, are you trying to say that little person that's
shout out to Ref the District. Let me tell you something. He be getting me hot on Twitter, yo. The stuff he be saying be making me mad sometimes.
You talking about Stoner? Are you talking about Stoner? Are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know which one of them it is, but
it's Stoner. Nate's in the chat right now.
Right. Yeah, but I don't know which one it be in there. I don't know if they both be on there, but whoever be running it, I be like, what the heck, man? Oh, so it is Stoner. Yeah, he be running me hot sometimes, man. He'll say something, I say something real smart real quick.
He do it on purpose, Ant.
Yeah, he good at it. Hey, listen, you can get me. I will respond.
We know.
We all have to. Oh yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. He said they all had a handle at times. So
see,
but anyway, I just want to say that real quick.
And look
at the belt.
She said, Coco said you had an aluminum belt.
That's not aluminum.
That's not.
Wow.
Thank you, Stiller Queen Coco, but it is not aluminum.
He said,
and it's real leather too, and it's real leather.
Oh, hey, whoa, pause.
So
okay.
From now on, are we gonna be etching the names of the new winners that when they
they're called side plates. They're called side plates, and that's what we do. We put side plates in there.
All right.
They call side plates. Yeah, they side plates. You put the side plates.
No, because that's not the only way that they do this. But I'm gonna let them have it. Whatever.
He went into the leather embroidered.
Nate said you should watch Wednesday when he called B-Rob a Jack. Okay. I'm always tuned in to Ref the District. Listen, Thank you all for watching again. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the First String Podcast. Don't forget to hit that bell to enable alerts for new content just like this. First String Podcast is second to none. Come get some. Say it. Go ahead and tell them.
Back to back. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Ready for your beats? All right, talk to the person.